summary of the 90 minutes. Coach Franco also said positive things about you and the team, which is how difficult it is to play against Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, thanks, Shubs. Good evening to members of the media. Yeah, I can also just speak glowingly about AmaZulu. I think they were worthy opponents, very structured, especially in the first half. Didn't give us a lot of spaces. And we had to be very, very patient. And I liked that side of Sundowns today. I liked the patience and sticking to the identity and probing. We did a little bit better in the second half with an extra touch and not really releasing the ball too quickly. And we've been struggling with that for the last couple of games. But we were better today, especially in the second half. We held on to the ball, tried to release the runners with a very aggressive 3-5-2, 3-4-3. And AmaZulu are a good side, well coached with some very, very good players. So a hard-fought result. And congratulations to the football club, congratulations to our supporters. And congratulations to this awesome group of players. Some amazing performances on the pitch tonight.
Coach from Mokwena Radio.
Sure,
I think today we saw a hat-trick. What do you make of Mr. Lagroberio's hat-trick today and his performance overall?
Very good. I liked his performance also in the last game when he came on as a sub, the Champions League. And the message that they are getting is they've got a score to play. To score so many goals without Tambazwane, without Peter Shalulile, also sends a very strong message for the competition for places. And very proud of him, he's a good person. I was telling the guys that in Mauritania, he was on the bench, but he was handing out water to the rest of the players who were in the heat and playing and running. And so this is the mentality, He's a good person. He celebrates other people's successes, and that's why God blesses him also with this. But this is the type of group we have. Good human beings, very honest, even though they were tired and some are struggling a little bit with flu. But they gave their best, and they always give their best. And so very, very proud. I love this team. I love my players, and I'm very privileged to sit and work with this group.
Evening, Coach.
Evening, Kens.
I was wondering what message you sent to the players, because in the second half, like you said, that you were much better. It seemed from Mngonyama to Tebza, they were putting their studs on the ball a bit more than they were in the first half. I just wanted to ask you what message you sent to them. And my second question to you is, are you looking to fast track the integration of Mngonyama, Matthias, and also reintegrating Lungu into the team by adding this much mileage since the resumption of the second round?
Yeah, no, 100%. The only way they can get better now is with game time. They could, because we don't have time to coach and train. It's recovery, reviews, tactical to prepare for the next game. So it's very, very difficult. Fortunately, we had a very good period with them in Polokwane, where we had a couple of players at AFCON, so we could give a little bit more attention to some of the players. And you can see the performances have gone a little bit higher with some of the individual. Lebo was very good today. Zungu was top. Bongs reminds me of Mascherano. If you remember that role Mascherano used to play for Barca back in the day when he left. I think he left Liverpool and he went to Barca, as a six, and Bongs is doing that very well. And he compliments Tebza a lot, because then Tebza can get a little bit higher on the pitch. And what did I say at halftime? Well, I said stop making too many movements and allow the ball to find you in the space, And of course, it might find you with a man, but take another touch. Don't release it one touch. When you play against teams that man mark and they follow you all over the pitch, the worst thing you can do is play one touch, because that's what they want. They want you to play a hurried pass so that you present to them signals for pressure, whether it's a poor back pass, or maybe it's a horizontal pass, or maybe it's bouncing, or maybe it's even slow. And then they intercept and they go on the counter-attack. And you saw once or twice when we did that in the first half, once we got a little bit closer and we play one touch, it doesn't help us a little bit. So we did very well, and we have to continue now with the work. It's a long way to go. So the business end of the season requires a lot of sober-mindedness. And even if you look at a player like Lodge, for an example, is people say, but why is he on the bench? And he has to be integrated into the system, and not only about how we play, but also the traveling. Lodge is not used to every 2-3 days he's in camp, and so he will come. And same with Matthias, same with Zuko. Divine has been excellent. Zungu was superb. Grant, 0 mistakes. Ronza again also in very important moments, whether to build up or whether having to make a save. So a very good collective performance, good spirit on the bench, good mentality. Mendieta comes in as well, runs and tries. Gaston was good also, gave a lot of pressure, created even the first goal, I think, with some very good movement. Lebu was very good. Mudiba is coming a little bit. He needs to regain the confidence and the capacity from a physical perspective to play in the 8, but will come. Very, very good, but very happy with the personality of the team. I thought today we were very good.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, Pasha.
Coach, you've got a galaxy of superstars.
Yeah.
You go to bed later on tonight, on most nights after such nights. What do you say? What do you before you switch off the lights and go to bed? What do you say? Because Coach Frank also said this is a super team. He's never seen players like this. They carry Bafana. What exactly is it that you say to yourself? That is it? Are you blessed? Is it? Is God touched your head as well?
Yeah, exactly that. I count my blessings, and of course blessings and burdens are cousins. You guys already see that I'm probably the one coach that gets a lot of stick and attacks, but it's part of the job, isn't it? And part of appreciating God's blessings. Sometimes you have to appreciate them a little bit more when the darkness comes, but it is what it is, and you've just got to develop a thick skin and just move on with it. And fortunately, one of the most important things that I was taught by my late grandmother was always, before sleeping and closing your eyes, you just say a word of prayer. And sometimes it's not even to ask for anything, but just to say thank you. Thank you for the gift of life, and thank you for the blessings that he continues to give us every single day, both positive and negative. But if you look at them in that light, there's a lot that you can take out of it.
Coach, do you sometimes feel as if you are playing with 12 men? Because of Ronnie, his ability and confidence on the ball. Because I see most of the times you can find a teammate in the midfield and eliminating the opposition's attackers. Is that how you feel sometimes, that it's so important to this system? And also just out of interest, where are you playing your match against Mazembe?
Mazembe, I'm not so sure at the moment. There's work that's being done behind the scenes, and I think Brastan is here, Trappa is also here. I think it's a good question for them on the side, because they deal with that part of the football club. They briefed me a little bit, but I think there's nothing conclusive as of yet. But I think the club will make an announcement once things are confirmed and everything is put forward. Ronza, first half I thought he was 5 meters away from where he should be, and if he could get a little bit higher, especially when Bongs goes to the next line, and he can go a little bit higher to help us to create a 4, because they press with a 3, and Banjwa, Quem, and Moremi, they go very aggressive, and even in the second half, once they had X-Teen, and they go very aggressive, and they go into maybe a 3-4-3 type of structure. But then when they press with the 3 and it's only Grant, and then maybe Divine and Zuko, it becomes like a 3v3. So in order for Zungu not to drop too deep or Debza not to drop too deep, you need possibilities of Ronwen to create superiority. And then once you can establish that 4 versus 3, you've got on the next line, you've got possibilities to find the pass. And he understood it very well. He did it much better in the second half, and I was very happy with the team performance. But of course, it's because you've got very good players, and they are magnificent human beings, and you know what they are doing is not easy. You know, they focus, they work hard. To come back from Mauritania on Sunday, arrive around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then having to be at training at 10 in the morning, and then camp at 1. Not spend a lot of time with their families speaks about the attitude, you know. And in these moments of the season, this is what we need: good attitude, good mentality, and a lot of credit needs to go to them because they support each other, they work for each other, and they serve this football club very well.
Maskepe, quick ones.
Sure.
First one, 40 games, I think unbeaten now. Top, but you can still finish top of the group in the Champions League, in the Nedbank Cup as well. I was talking to Sailor yesterday, and we were saying that one trophy last season, the feeling was that it wasn't enough.
Sure.
So I want to get from you that when you've got this, and the coach of AmaZulu is saying this about your team, that superhumans and so on, what more do you still want to squeeze out of it? Because clearly with the new players and what we're saying can still come, there's still a bit more, but what is it that you feel can still come? And then on the Zungu one, I mean, you covered a bit of what I wanted to ask about the register role that he's been playing now. What went into the decision? What did you see in him? Maybe the physicality, maybe the technique, because there's this pass that he plays just a bit over, 3 steps a bit as well. Is that the thinking? But can you just please break down the Zungu role and the thinking that went into him playing there?
You know, sometimes it's we think things, but I always believe that first you need the capacity from the player, and Bongs has the capacity from tactical. He's a big boy, very experienced, tactically very clued up, so knows when to step in, when to fill in the chain. So, and then also he believes in the coach. You know, that's very important. If sometimes you can come up with the best ideas, and maybe sometimes you can come up even with the worst ideas, but the players make them the best ideas, and they could be absolute hogwash, but the players believe in you so much that they just follow blindly, and then they make, with their technique and their ability, they make it look good, and so a lot of credit needs to go to him. He makes us forget a little bit about River, and even though we've tried River also in that position, and he's done exceptionally well. But the players make the tactics. You know, you look at the player and you say, does he have the profile to be able to do certain things? Can he come into the next line? Can he defend with looking at his own goal? Because when the line is high and he's got to fill in the chain, he has to recover facing his own goal. Does he have the poise and the comfort? You know, sometimes there are players that don't like to turn and face their own goal. You know, and Bongs has that. And for a defender, that's very, very important. It's such especially if you defend with 40, 50 meters behind you. You know, and he believes in it. It brings out the best in him. It's an incredible pass for the assist for the third goal. I thought was amazing. Against Mauritania, he was in the box twice. Today he was in the box also once with the ball over the top, and he went in from centre back all the way in. So very proud of him. Good mentality, good human being. Supports the kids, supports and controls the team. Doesn't need the armband to take leadership, which is very good. Very, very good. Seldom you find that. So Bongs has done very well. He still needs to do more. He needs to do a lot more. And he knows that, and the team knows that. Also, that goes into your first question is, what do we want? We want more. But more wins, more passes, more goals, more chances, more presses, more everything a little bit more. The season is not done yet. I was listening to Arteta speak about players playing 70 games in a season, and that's exactly it. If you think about where we are, having played 16 games, I think, in the league now. So last season, or the first half of the season, we played already 30 games. We've gone now and played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. And then you put the Bafana game 7 plus qualifiers. You're skating on very close to over 40 games that some of the players have played. And that takes a lot of very good mentality, very good lifestyle, a lot of sacrifices, and a lot of credit and compliment needs to go to the players. Very, very good human beings.
We'll take the last 2 questions.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be that guy.
No, it's right.
Coach, last time we you told us about you were able to talk to the national team coach.
Yeah.
And talk about the differences that you guys have had.
Yeah.
You didn't touch on your other colleague from the TX Galaxy as well.
I did,
the
though.
conversation that you had with him. We were shocked as to what he revealed when we sat in that press conference last week, and what he said, that there are words that you shared with him, even as far as some explicit words as well. So I'd like you to take us into your confidence and share your side of the story as well, so we can hear exactly what went down.
No, you don't need to hear my side of the story. I don't think you would like to hear my side of the story. Look, let's leave it as it is. He is right, and he is right, and let's leave him to be right. I am wrong. I'm the bad guy.
And I hear you on that, but we'd like to also know that, as much as perhaps I don't think that naturally you'd go into that state just like that. Perhaps did he provoke you? Is it something that was shared? Next week you are playing against him as well?
Yeah.
In the league as well? Are you going to shake his hand?
If I have to say something to Sid, I will say it again. I'll pick up the phone and I'll say it on the phone. I do not think that it is for the public. I don't think so, because we go then into a space we are not supposed to go. I don't mind when he comes for me. There's a lot of coaches that have come for me, but he must not. You see, when you start to say, yeah, but then the club and has spent so much money, you also borderline disrespecting the Motsepe family, who are people who give so much of their hard-earned money from the family into football and many other. You saw the other day they announced that they've given money to scholars for debts of study debts and things like that, and then you come and you talk like that. So sometimes as coaches we have to be very careful, very, very careful, because it's very difficult. It's difficult because I'll sit here and I'll say things, but why should I say things about TS Galaxy and forget that it's not even Sid's club, it's Tim Sukazi's club, and I've got a lot of respect for Tim, so I can't sit here and talk other things. There's a lot of things I could tell you. Just go back to the recording that you got from Sokala Duma, where you put it that there was a recording during a meeting, and you had things that were said there. So it's very easy to go into that space, but I can't go into that space. So because I have to respect, especially I have to respect South Africans and people who work very hard, like Tim, to run a football club and to do the things that he's done. Sid, you must give him all he's crying for. I don't know why you guys can't hear the underlying message. It's underlying. It's like this. All he's crying for is, guys, he's won 5 games in a row. Give him attention. Give him praise. He wants attention. Give it to him. The guy is pleading. He's saying, I've won 5 games in a row. No one is talking. Mahlatsi, put him on the headlines there. Why don't you do it, guys? No, he's won 5 games. He's told you. He's got 8 assists from his left back. He's told you, guys, give him what he wants. Because if you don't give him what he wants, he goes and seeks for it. So and then he comes for people like myself. Okay, no problem. But give him, guys. Give him the headlines. He wants attention. He wants his cry. You see what he's doing is he's crying out for attention. So give him a little bit. Spend more time with him. Put him. Link him to clubs. Put him. He wants that, guys. Give him everything. Give
Will
him.
you shake his hand up next week when you see him?
Yeah, if he wants to shake my hand, I shake his hand. No problems. No, absolutely no problems.
Last question.
Coach, on the lighter note.
Yes, sir. It got a bit tense.
Yeah, no, that's experience.
No, I'm reading the language of
Shoops.
Now.
Yeah.
Coach, we are with you in everything. Rest assured.
Thank you, sir.
Number two, Coach, Savetra, you saw that he signed a club. He came with a lot of hype. You would say his stay at Sundowns is disappointing.
It's a very good question, actually. I don't want to talk about the Savreda thing because I'm not. You see, it happened. We were in Mauritania, so I don't really have a lot of information about what's happening, and I haven't been briefed. And again, there are some things that don't fall on my table. You know, what falls on my table is the players that are available, and I work with what I see on the pitch. And if the player is not on the pitch, I try not to shift my focus too much, and that's why we've got a sporting director, we've got senior management to deal with those issues. They brief me on them for sure, but what I do know is he's a very, very good football player. I think he will resurrect his career. Do I have a certain feeling of disappointment? Of course, I think so, because I think we bless you. I don't think we got an opportunity to see a very, very talented player. I really do think so. I think Savreda has got a lot of qualities that could help him to be a top Sundowns player. And he was just a little bit unfortunate with injuries. You know, he couldn't recover from the first injury. And that is disappointing. It hurts me, you know, because I think we could have seen and witnessed a very, very good football player. I don't think that door is completely closed. I don't think so. But as I said, it's a matter that falls with the leadership of the football club. And again, just still stand there for a second and ask him what the latest is. He's got all the answers. But just hijack him a little bit for 5 seconds and ask him these questions. It's good. Or if you can't get hold of him, the sporting director is also available.
And you can just come to the top table. It's easy.
No, well, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Put the headline, bro.
Yeah, guys. And put him on the back page. Guys,
All right, sure, thanks. We want the headline, bro.